Before we start, I need you to know that no caterpillars were harmed in the making of this video. Let's say that 8 represents the size of a chrysalis. So we're going to go from 0 to 8. All the way there. That means this would be 4, this would be 2, this would be 1, this would be 3, this would be 6, this would be 5, this would be 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I did that in such a confusing way, but we're going to do it anyway. This would be the size of one caterpillar. Let's draw them. Here's one caterpillar. Here's another caterpillar. Here's another caterpillar. Here's another caterpillar. How many caterpillars fit? 4. That's why 8 divided by 2 is 4, right? Yeah, okay. Well, now, let's apply that here. 1 3/4. Again, just like it was before, the first number is going to be the size of our cocoon / chrysalis. So first, I'm going to draw from 0 all the way to 2. Why am I doing 2? Because in order to know what 1 3/4 is, I've got to draw 2. Here's one hole. Okay, I'm going to break this into fourths. That means this is 0, this is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 1, which we could also call 4/4 because it's all 4 of them, and then 1 1/4, 1 2/4, 1 3/4, which actually should be more over here. That's evenly spaced. All right, so I'm going to draw 1 3/4 all the way there. That's my chrysalis. Do you see? Just like before, our chrysalis was 8 units long. Now our chrysalis is 1 3/4 unit long, and I'm going to draw caterpillars that are 1/2 of a unit long. Where's 1/2? From here to here. How do I know that's 1/2? Well, because it's halfway between 0 and 1. 2/4 is the same as 1/2. Another 1/2. Can it fit? Yes. Another 1/2. Can it fit? Yes. So far, we have a group of 1/2, a group of 1/2, another group of 1/2. So we have 3 groups of 1/2. But we can still fit some more. So let's draw a 4th caterpillar. Oh, that one does not fit. So what am I going to do? I'm going to chop it in half. Sorry, Mr. Caterpillar. You are, not with us. And that is going to be 1/2 of a group. So we have 3 1/2 caterpillars. 1 caterpillar, 2 caterpillars, 3 caterpillars, and a half caterpillar. Now, some of you might be thinking, why are we calling this half a caterpillar when it's only 1/4 of a unit long? Well, because 1/4 is half of 1/2. That's why we're counting caterpillars. We're counting groups of 1/2. 1, 2, 3 1/2. Let's keep going. 5/6 divided by 1/3. This is going to be the size of our chrysalis. Let's draw one hole so that we can draw sixths. That means this is 3. Wait, no. I need to break it into 6 equal groups. See how I did that? This would be 6/6. This would be 5/6. This would be 4/6. This would be 3/6. This would be 2/6. This would be 1/6. This would be 0/6, right? So that's 6/6. That's just one chrysalis. Now I'm going to draw it 5/6 of a unit long. So I'm going to end it here. There we go. 5/6. Okay. How many groups of 1/3 can I put in there? Well, I don't know. If this is 0 and this is 1, if I break that into 3 equal groups, it would be here and here. So this is 1/3, this is 2/3, and this is 3/3. It really helps you to know about your equivalent fractions here. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Let's start drawing caterpillars. 1/3. Does it fit? Yeah. 2/3. Does it fit? Yeah. So now again, I have 1/3 of a caterpillar, and then another caterpillar that is 1/3 of a unit, getting us to 2/3. If I draw another one, does the whole caterpillar fit? No, we got to chop it up. How many pieces are we chopping it up into? 2. How many of the pieces fit? 1. So what is the answer to this question? 5/6 divided by 1/3 is 2 1/2. Because I have 1 caterpillar, I have 2 caterpillars, and I have half of this caterpillar. Because only half of it fits inside the 5/6. Another way to think about that is that 5/6 is equivalent to 5/6, and 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. So 5/6 divided by 2/6 is like 5 divided by 2. That's equal to 2 1/2. Just like 5 divided by 2 is equal to 2 1/2. But you don't need to know that part yet. That's just a little confusing, but that's just a little extra lesson for you. Here we go. 1/4 divided by 3/8. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to draw a chrysalis that is 1/4 of a unit long. How am I going to do that? Well, I got to figure out what a whole unit is before I can figure out what a fourth of a unit is. Here's 1/4. Here's 2/4. Here's 3/4. Here's 4/4. Okay. Now I've got to draw a chrysalis that's 1/4 of a unit long. That's my chrysalis. It's so small. Before it was larger. Now my caterpillar is 3/8 of a unit long. So that means I have to break this into eighths. So that's 1/8, 2/8, which is the same as 1/4, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, eighths, 7 eighths, 8 eighths. Okay, so now let's draw 3 eighths at a time. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. How much of the purple caterpillar fits inside? Not even one. Less than one. How much? Well, let's see. How many of those fit? This part will fit. This part will fit, but not that part. So 1/4 divided by 3 eighths is 2/3. What? The joy of math. This is nuts, because 2/3 of the caterpillar fits in. And over here, 2½ caterpillars fit inside this number. And over here, 3½ caterpillars that are 1/2 each fit inside this number. And over here, 4 caterpillars that are 2 units each fit inside 8. Whew, the joy of math. I gotta go to bed. Good night.